Greetings everyone and welcome back aboard the Temperance. Here we are, start of week 6. At least as far as I remember is the start. And judging by our clock over here, there does not appear to be any night now. So I'm assuming we're in the middle of Arctic summer. But anyway, last time quite a few things happened and today we shall continue where we left off. So let's quickly inspect all the options that don't continue the story forward. Although I'm pretty sure I already took care of those. Yeah, I think last time I ended up by talking with Templeton, so let's check out the captain's cabin. Okay, we have something new happening here. The meeting. Templeton, Kurt, Cordell and Hammond stand inside the beginnings of a meeting. Well, Captain, it's been 3 weeks. Kurt tells me there's still no change in the ice. None. And best I can estimate, what change we will see won't free the ship. I predict the Temperance is more likely to be crushed under the pressure of the ice. Right, because water expands as it freezes. And how long will that take? Few weeks at most. Unfortunately, we may have to look at alternatives rather than waiting for the ice to break up. Okay, so are you certain it's a lost cause, such as... I don't like the idea of leaving the ship. I mean, I am the captain after all, so that makes sense, but let's ask for some clarification. Are you certain it's a lost cause? You never know. But from what I've seen, they wouldn't take the chance. Leaving the Temperance and making camp on the ice is something we will have to consider. Aye, the longer we stay on that ship, the more fuel we're having to burn. Not to mention risking another boiler incident. Yes, that matter almost cost lives. Heating a smaller camp burns through much less oil, and without enough fuel to survive the winter, we're dead. I don't think I need to tell you that. I would not be quite so quick to pack up and move out just yet. Exactly. There we go, finally someone on my side. And why is that? The ship is shelter, the ship is safety. Exactly. Currently, there are quite a few hunting opportunities presented to us. We will need to gather more food if we are to survive. And the ship provides a safe area to hunt from. Right. And most of the crew aren't ready to give up either. They're stubborn, just as any good crew should be. I would rather not play into stubbornness when lives are on the line. Has a point. Crew thinks we gave up too early. Crew thinks we gave up too early, they will resent the captain for it. Though, we now have a serious bloody flooding problem. We do? Aye. You might have noticed if you left your damn forecastle. It is safer to take the time to gather what we need before we leave, rather than raid the ship once we make the ice. Well, the answer lies with the captain. Should we move off the ship this week? No, I don't think so. I mean, doesn't seem that bad yet, so let's just stay on the ship for now. Not yet. We will remain on the ship for now. We lose some loyalty with the engineer, Hammond. We get some loyalty with her, so very well. When we remove the boiler from the furnace, that is when we make our move. When you feel we're ready to go, just go back to the boiler room and give the order. Okay, that sounds good. Let's take some requests. I also need to figure out a way to cure this guy of his demoralization. I got that AO, but I'm not really sure how to use it. Captain, we tried to use the radios to pick up any signals every evening for the past week. Nothing, I take it? Afraid not. As we expected. I have to say though, I expected the worst reaction from the sailors. I suppose there's relief in trying a method, and knowing it to be unsuccessful. Now they can move on to the next venture with little reservation. They are resourceful people, I must say. So I got back our decorum from him being demoralized, so that's really good. He is still demoralized though. Well, I suppose anything that puts the crew's mind at ease is worth doing. Thank you, Mr. Glossley. So we have Cordell. Captain, my dogs appear to be struggling in the on-deck kennels. They require a more secure form of shelter from the environment. Dogloos, I believe they're called. Yes. We require some hands to work on constructing them. It's for the health and safety of the pack. I mean, the dogs are quite important, not gonna lie. They're helping us with hunting, so... Let's see, the dogs are secure enough. I'm afraid I cannot spare hands. Yeah, let's invest some people into making the dogs more comfortable. Thank you. We must focus on keeping the dogs safe. Without them, the crew stands little chance of safety themselves. Oh, it doesn't actually even... Maybe I have to assign people later. Let's see what Tucker has to say. Mast was damaged when the ship was being tossed a while back, Captain. Best get someone to fix it before the Temperance is freed. Freed? Aye, she could come loose at any moment. Getting up to repair the mast is a dangerous task. We don't even know if the ship will sail if the ice clears. Would be worth it though. Yeah, I'm not sure that's worth it though. We're risking people for something that's extremely unlikely to work. I mean, the radius was fine because no one was in any danger. But this doesn't really seem necessary, so someone could get injured. I'd rather avoid that. We get some loyalty with Templeton. Suit yourself then. Oh, we didn't even get anything negative with this guy. So let's see, Mr. Zack. I was summoned by Mr. Templeton. Yes, Mr. Isaac. This is regarding your personal item. Yeah, that's interesting. What do you mean? I felt it pertinent to let the captain know that you are carrying a weapon. He's carrying a weapon, is he? Excuse me, Templeton, why did you not tell me this here earlier? Why did you bring a gun with you to an expedition, Isaac? Yeah, that's a good question. Why did you bring a gun with you? Personal safety, of course. Perhaps this is my unfamiliarity with expeditions. But I was surprised others did not bring an item to protect themselves. Many of the crew cannot afford such an item to themselves. Captain, it's up to you on what to do with this revolver. With all due respect, this is my personal item, Captain. It is the Captain's right to requisition any weapons on the ship. That includes your own. So let's see. I mean, he's clearly a pure-blooded American. Wants his gun. Can respect that. Let's see. You're free to hold on to it. Be careful. I cannot allow a single person to hold on to a weapon. And over the revolver. That weapon will be more useful in the hands of Cordell for the hunts. Yeah, that's actually a really good point. I mean, he doesn't really need to protect himself from anyone on the ship, so... Yeah, I think we utilize the weapon for hunting. That seems like a really good idea. That weapon will be more useful in the hands of Cordell for the hunts. Okay, wow, that's actually extremely positive. Very well, Captain, I understand. Oh, but he got demoralized. We will do well to avoid creating an imbalance of power among the crew. Yeah, that's also true. I doubt the sailors would take too kindly to such thing. Okay, and then we have Grimley. Sure. There's a rumor going around amongst the crew. They're saying the ship is haunted by the ghost of Captain Hunt. What a ridiculous tripe. Aye. Don't you want to put a stop to it? Absolutely, we cannot allow rumors like this to run rampant. We lose some decorum, but it's not like we're low on it. They're just stories, I see no harm in them. Yeah, that's a recipe for disaster. It best be on the lookout for Hunt's ghost. Yeah, let's spend some decorum on this. Yeah, confirm my choice. Absolutely, we can't allow rumors like that to run rampant. Aye, we won't be best pleased you're stopping their stories. It's better than allowing fear and superstition to run wild. Aye. That's a lot of loyalty we got. Grimley. Head to the boiler when you're ready to abandon ship. I suggest we do so sooner rather than later. I think we can at least wait one more week. Okay, so now, oh, there we go. That's the Dogloos we can build. Let's see, how is the manifest looking? So we still have a lot of free hands. We have our scouts, engineers, scientists. Okay, I want to figure out how I can take care of this demoralization, but first, nothing to do here. Let's check out the ship. I'm assuming there's nothing in my cabin yet. Okay, we need to meet the doctor. Use medical comforts. I mean, we don't really have anyone that's in need of a medical assistance, so that's pretty good. How about downstairs? We have the pantry, we have the pumps. Seems like there's no water to be pumped out, and no one is freezing, so that's good. We do need to resupply our food though. How about below that? We have those rooms that got flooded. They're already looted though. The red room, so I can send someone here to cure them of their demoralization. So that's good. We can definitely get some people on coal and food. Let's start off with the food, then we'll check out the coal situation. So let's go to the pantry. Let's get some tinned food. Oh, crate of spoiled rations. Interesting. And, how much is that worth? We have some... Oh, there we go. Aged ale. So, cures demoralization. Now, this... Oh, causes malnutrition. That's not ideal. Well, I mean, if this just causes malnutrition, then I don't see much reason for us to use it. So I guess we have to double up our hunting efforts and maybe spend some less food this time around feeding the crew. Okay, so let's... Do I instantly get the penguins or the things if I do the hunting? Let's check this out. So go over here on the map, and I actually first need to discover something to hunt. So I guess let's check this place out. We have another scientific thing. How about this place? Yet again, more science. Come on, give me something to hunt. There we go, penguins. Okay, so let's send some people on that. We'll send Tucker, we'll send Cavity, and let's send Gnomes as well. I can send one more person, let's send Tashi. There we go. And, that should give us a good amount of food. Let's confirm that. And looks like I don't instantly get them, so... Yeah, I guess we'll just have to do with what we have. Let's feed the push pot. And basically I'll be up to 33, which should be enough to get at least half rations to everyone. And let's also use one ale keg. That should cure one person, and then I can send the other one to get an interview. So that should work out. Let's see, let's feed the push pot. And there we go. This one got killed from his demoralization, so that's really good. Now, nothing to do at the pumps. I can call the crew for dinner. Let's check out below deck. Go to the red room. And let's assign a crew for interview. So, it's one of the scientists, this guy. Let's assign him for an interview. That should eventually cure him of his demoralization. They join the photographer. And let's see, how many more free crew do I have? So we have 8 available people, 2 of them are engineers though. I'd rather not mess up the engineers too badly. How many people do I need for the Dogloos? Let me check that. Because I definitely wanna take care of that. So we need 3 people. Let's assign Lefty. Was that Lefty? Yeah, Lefty. Let's assign Doug Ward and his son. And they should be able to... they acquire a dog? That's interesting. Well, sure, I guess. They can start building some igloos for the dogs, so that's cool. And we have 5 more available people, so let's maybe put at least one on the coal over here, so... Let's go to the coal bunker. Get our own sack of coal. Let's assign 2 Johns. Curious, maybe I should assign 1 more person. Let's get one of the engineers to get some more coal. And yeah, that should be good. Let's get some of that extra coal. Go load up the furnace. Come down to the depths, eh? She goes, so do we. Ah, there we go. Here's the option to abandon ship. Oh, I can actually burn the rations. I mean, I guess I'll keep them for now. But yeah, not a great look for these rations, spoiling so quickly. They wouldn't even last us properly on the whole expedition. So yeah, this looks good. Actually, I think I'm wasting coal if I do that. So let's just bump it up to this point. And let's proceed with dinner. I want to have some free people in case some event pops up. So let's do that. The crew have their meal. Okay, that was quick. The crew returned to their posts. The hammocks are unfurled in preparation for the evening. Despite the time, it's still bright light outside. That's the Arctic for you. Let's check out Grimley and Junior. And I swear, when that hook came swinging, Captain Hunt had to pull me down. That was 6 years ago. I had no clue what I was doing. Both of us nearly lost an eye that day. Same expedition, Ward lost his arm. Half the time, I don't think Hunt knew what he was doing either. I'm sure he did. He seemed like a good captain. He was quite the interesting man. We have a new captain. Let's go with he was quite the interesting man. Hi, he is. Did you need something? I heard stories about Hunt and I was curious. I'd like to know more about the man. Just checking in on my crew. I wanted to commend you both for keeping spirits high. Yeah, that actually seems really good. Wanted to commend you both for keeping spirits high. Well, it's still business as usual. I can still cook up a good meal. Nothing has changed there. Worried about the vote, aren't you? Oh, is that it, Shaw? Why would I be worried? The vote passed and I'm the captain. I'm curious why you voted the way you did. I don't care about that. I genuinely am checking in. I mean, I am a bit curious. But that seems a little bit not genuine, since I am actually trying to build up their loyalty. Let's ask this. I'm curious why I voted the way I did. You mean why I voted for Captain Hunt? Should be obvious, he's our captain. Alright, let's leave it at that, Grimley. Nice of you to check in, Shaw. But I think it's time to the crew called it a night. Grimley walks off. Is there an issue I'm not aware of? Should learn to show some respect. Let's go with is there an issue I'm not aware of? A word to the wise, Robin. I have nothing against you, but we sure don't know you either. It's going to take more than simple pleasantries to earn Grimley's trust. Okay. I have an option to go and talk to him. I mean, he did just walk away from the conversation, so it's a bit of a gamble if I go to talk to him. I'm kind of curious, actually. Let's see how our loyalties are doing at the moment. Kasha's looking good. So is the doctor. Cordell is still far away from supporting me. Kurt is always nice. We're doing good with the scientists. Junior is really close to coming to my side, so that's nice. We're doing some serious progress on Grimley, considering that it started at 0. And we have some more work to do with the engineers. But I still think I'm safe from being voted out. Let's check out below deck if something is happening. It is indeed. One of Templeton's team tried to talk to me while I was working. They were going on and on about their spouse or something. Ended up telling them to fuck off. I think they got the message. have been somewhat more diplomatic. You have full permission to do so anytime your work is interrupted. Come now, Hammond, let you marry yourself. I mean, he doesn't want to talk, so this seems like a terrible option. You have full permission to do so. Yeah, I mean, his work is pretty important. There we go. You didn't need permission, but I knew you'd understand. Get some pre-loyalty with him. But, still debating whether I want to talk to Grimely after he walked off. Maybe it's better to leave it off at that. Anything new here? We can enter Kurt's room. Let's check this out. It's rather morbid show, but our last conversation had me wondering about these children of mine. Specifically, I wondered on whether I'd ever see them again. It's not something you should imagine, I know. But that threat always exists on these expeditions. I signed on knowing that. Very close with your children, best not to think these things, Kurt. They must be proud to have a famed explorer for a father. Sure, this sounds nice. Oh, we actually lost some loyalty. You would think. A famed man makes for a busy man. A busy man makes for an absent man. Well, that's true. There are only so many gifts you can send from across the sea, Robin. Okay, let's go to Templeton's room. Evening, Captain. You've been reading that textbook. I understand if you do not have the free time. You've been reading, it's quite an interesting topic. You're right, I haven't found the time yet. Yeah, let's go with this one. Shame. Though perhaps a lack of free time should be seen as a positive. Productivity will stave off the boredom more so than luxury. Okay, that seems good. Let's check out my calendar to start. Anything here? Really? And have some sort of conversation happening over here. Mr. Zack. What do you have in your pocket? What does it matter to you? Hunched over, clutching something, it's suspicious. I'm holding an egg. An egg? Why? Keep my hands warm. Boiled egg keeps heat. That is actually rather ingenious. We knew the code better than you lot, anyway. Okay, they're sharing some tips and tricks for surviving on the ice. About this place. Still no signs of change, I take it. Afraid not, Templeton. The ice is yet to budge. Moving to the ice looks more and more to be a necessity as I see it. You may just be right, chum. Your team of scouts best be keeping their focus. We cannot find a way from this pack. The two notice you. Ah, Captain. I wouldn't worry about the ice. My team will find the path, I have no doubt. The best. The Temperance clearly won't be moving anytime soon. T-Skirt, you're doing good work. Hope you're not distracting our navigator, Mr. Templeton. Yeah, let's go. Both options seem somewhat tempting. Yeah, let's go with this one. The T-Skirt, you're doing good work. Thank you, Captain. I promise my team won't grow lazy. This is certainly not the place for it. Yeah, and let's check out the kennels. I still have the option of giving the hat, probably. It was good to hear June recovered from their wounds. That incident with the boiler was rather dire. If nothing else, we can take solace in avoiding a life being lost. Then we can talk to her. The building next to my kennels... yeah, the building next to my kennels would often play music on a phonograph. I would hear it through the open window, for months on end. I would hear it as I worked. Over time, I had grown used to it. I'm sure one of the crew brought a phonograph. Perhaps you can pick up the habit once more. Do you miss it? I never took you to enjoy music. Do you miss it? To an extent. More so, I miss the routine. Okay, let's pet the dogs. Make sure they're nice and happy. Because they are doing very important work. I still have 3 crew that are not assigned to anything. But I don't think I have enough dogs to send another expedition. Even though I would like to try this, but yeah, I don't have the dogs, so I cannot do it. Kinda curious what this research does. Haven't really seen any use for it yet, but I'm assuming later on in the game it will show some use. But it does appear like the day is done, so let's proceed that and see what the next week has to offer. Okay, so we definitely have to go with half rations. We lose some decorum, and a crew member will become malnourished, so that's unfortunate. We can go with lower fuel though. A crew member will be killed. Okay, so this shouldn't affect us too bad, and we'll save up on some fuel. We do lose some decorum, but it shouldn't be too bad. I'm sure we can recover it somehow. So let us proceed. We got 5 Emperor Penguins, so that's good. Tashi, Gnome, Stucker, and Cavity return. Oh, there we go. We healed the demoralization. This guy got malnourished though. Tashi, Gnome, Stucker, and Cavity returned from hunting with 5 Emperor Penguins. The dogs are rested and available to be sent out. Another week on the ice, naked in the wind. Mr. Zack raised their spirits, speaking to Kasha, no longer demoralized. Yorick III has become malnourished. This actually looks like a positive, but it is not. So yeah, that was nice. Let's start the next week. And in fact, I need to check if this episode has reached 30 minutes, so I can start the next one. I think it's actually close enough. Okay, so that's gonna do it for this episode. It was quite a productive week. No longer have anyone demoralized. We have someone malnourished and some food problems, but I'm sure we'll be able to solve that next time. For now, hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then.